Hi,
Hi, Michelle.
baby. Everybody, welcome. Welcome to the first elimination lunch here for season 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Thank you so much for joining us. And joining me today, of course, is Mimi on first. She's going to start out this free casts and talk to me. Mimi,
Um,
let's talk about episode 1. First of all, I was traveling, so I didn't get to see on Tug Chat, but I got
mhm.
to see, was it crazy already?
Oh, girl. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be one of the best seasons for Untucked. I'm
Well,
so excited.
best season because there's a bunch of cattiness and wig ripping and stuff like that because they're so eloquent.
Ooh, they're so eloquent.
So
Eloquent is the
stupid.
word of the
I am
week.
such an idiot.
Eloquent,
But is that what was going on?
girl.
Like we started right out the box like
No.
that?
Well, there's just. I think that this season, like in general, there's a lot of
Yeah.
catty bitchiness going on, and it's
Well,
entertaining.
it's funny because a lot of
Um,
seasons, and you'll back me up on this, a lot of seasons in the past, people have complained that, what do we have against pageant girls? And we don't like pageant girls and stuff like that. But this one is a whole bunch of pageant girls, and this is what happens when you get a bunch of pageant girls together, and I love it.
this is what you're gonna get. I'm starting a new drinking game. Um, every time that Alyssa or Coco throw shade faces behind each other's backs or at each
I
other,
love it.
you do a
I
shot.
think it's fantastic. I think there's going to be a whole bunch of other games that's going to be able to start being played, when this season gets rolling. I think that
Every every time a queen says a
that's you're gonna
word,
be drunk. I
do a
make up
shot.
words every day, every hour. But the best part about last night was like they came in it really strong. I think it's a really strong season. And like I was at the bar, so I heard a bunch of people screaming. We had a bunch of Detox fans there, and we had a bunch of Ivy fans there, and people, Lanesha fans, and people were already picking their favorites. But something that I heard a lot was a lot of people said by the pictures they kind of couldn't judge. They felt like everybody was on an even playing field, however you want to say it. Um,
Hmm. Well, I think there's a lot of girls on this season who are all very similar as far as like the not necessarily the exact same look, but they're all like very pretty. They're all very
I
fishy.
hate that term.
There's I well yeah, but I mean I don't know another way to describe it. Like there's not like uh, there's not a lot of like that sort of like camp or over the top
Uh, Jinx
drag
Monsoon
style on this season at all.
is complete
Well, no,
kid.
she's campy, but her paint is still.
Her paint,
I mean, she's still very campy, obviously, but her paint is
w-
very
uh,
fresh.
no, her paint is actually hideous, and I it's not. I love me some Jinx, but the paint is not. She's camp all the way. I know what you're saying. What you're saying is these are a very
Yeah,
girly season, and I get that. But I
yeah,
don't think Penny, who's joining us later, is girly at all. I think she's another camp queen. Um, unfortunately,
no,
she's
she,
the
yeah,
first one to go home, but you know, nonetheless, you get what you like. Rue chooses from what's sent in, and from what I know, Rue tries to pull the best from every kind of genre. And if the genres aren't there, they aren't there.
hmm.
So Rue kind of knows when the queens are ready.
Well, and every season's going
Yes,
to be a little bit different. You want each season to have a
yes.
slightly different flavor. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I can't wait. I definitely think this is going to be
Did you
a fun season to
did
watch.
you enjoy? Somebody just said that somebody said, is it wrong? Walter, is it wrong that I enjoyed the Rude Dunnets more than the show? No, you didn't, but I'm so glad that you enjoyed them.
Okay, we have we need to talk about that because you look amazing. Huge
Uh,
round of
oh,
applause.
you are a fool, Mimi on first. You a fool. Um,
We have our sound effect machine. Um, but you look absolutely
thank you.
stunning, first of all. Um, with that like very like Veronica Lake kind
That's
of
exactly what I
in your
was
wave,
giving. They said it
thickness.
was, you know, we
Mm-hmm.
were doing film noir, so I actually was lucky enough to have my team from the old
Mm-hmm.
RuPaul show on VH1, Ruth Roach doing my hair and Billy B doing my face. So it was actually really
Or
great to have the old team back together again. And I have to tell you, how they were so, I had no idea what they were going to look like because I felt like when we were doing it, we did it all kind of discombobulated. But when you see the final product all done and how campy and tongue in cheek and the sound effects and how cheesy it is, it wasn't it super fun?
oh my god, it might be my favorite absolute
It's super
commercial
fun.
sequence
I'm
that
really,
we've
really
done.
excited about them taking that risk and including me. I feel really honored to be a part of it. Now you just have to find out who stole Sharon's
It's
crown. One thing I did notice,
it was
well,
Carmen
where in the
San
world is
Diego.
she, that Carmen San Diego? Um, well,
She's auditioning for season
smart
six.
queen. One thing is for sure after watching those ads, if anybody ever says that I have Botox, it's obvious that I don't. In those ads, I was like, oh, maybe it's time to start. I am a woman of a certain age. Girls are starting in their 20s
Whoa,
now. I missed that bus. Maybe it's time. All right, so I digress. Back to the show.
you just look
So,
stunning.
who did you feel like? I feel like, and first of all, you guys don't get to see all the critique that we do. And there was a lot more said to Jade with everything that was going
No.
on and the eye assault. Um, and
Oh,
there
we
was a
can get
lot
into
more
that.
said to Serena Cha Cha. But, you know, somebody was just talking. It is true.
Hmm.
It, to me, that was just what I saw was just, I didn't even get it. You know what I mean? It was a very, very difficult look because you want these queens, and correct me if I'm wrong, me, and you can agree or disagree, but you want them to express themselves the way they would express themselves. And I don't understand how Serena, who I've seen recently and looks really pretty these days, how she came out there like full on Pinocchio.
Well, I think part of the problem was a big part of it was her feet, and a lot of queens going into it. I think it's one of the hardest things to do because you don't know how to paint your face differently for television. You know, you're painting for camera. I don't know what it looked like in person, but as the viewer, the paint was the first thing. You know, it's very different when you're beating for a nightclub versus beating for television, and you don't get to, there's no like screen test of your makeup, you know, for at all. You don't ever see yourself on camera until you're
Which is
watching it
why
when
you
they air
listen
it.
to the judges when the
Um,
judges say, maybe not so black. We'll talk to Penny about that.
mhm,
Or, you know, it's funny because when we critique the makeup, a lot of the queens get defensive and I don't know why. Maybe you can explain why. And we know that you guys are professionals and you look great, but this is TV. And just like you said, you're not used to painting for TV. So when we give you critique, it's kind of like, listen, listen to us because we're telling you what looks right on TV and what doesn't.
Yeah, I think that as a general note, I think that as when you're on that stage, you know, you start to get defensive because you feel like the critiques are a personal attack. You know, it's like even though you're selling a drag persona, you're still selling yourself. You know, at the end of the day, you are the product, and it's hard to compartmentalize that. So when you say this part of what you're presenting isn't working, it can sometimes feel like you're saying who I am isn't working, you know, especially with makeup, because I think it's the most personal thing. You know, when you're in drag, you're looking at yourself in a mirror for an hour, putting this
I
makeup
know.
on and transforming, you know, and it's like an artist doing a painting, I guess, and you telling Monet you don't like the color they used. You know, I think that's how it could be perceived. But I think what's hard to realize for the queens when you're in the minute and the moment and it's airing or you're filming, you think that the judges are attacking you, and I think it sometimes takes some perspective to realize, and the ones who succeed realize this earlier, that what they're doing is
Exactly. There
helping
is no
you
attacking.
and
And
giving you
I
advice
say
for
this
you to
wherever I
move
go, and I
forward
know
to
you've
the
heard me
next.
say it a million times, but it's not going to benefit me to, and I hate the term read because I'm not reading them. I do read, but when I give critique, it's not reading. That it's taken as, defensively. Like me telling you how to get better is doing nothing for me. It's not going to benefit my career. It's not going to benefit my life.
No, well, really,
It's there to help you. So you can listen to me and trust that I'm not going to lead you down a bad path, which I would not, because I love you all and I respect
no.
every single thing that you do. I just want you all to shine and be seen the best that you can be seen in the best light. So, if we say something,
Yeah,
and look, me saying don't wear green because it reminds me of fungus, it's just my personal issue. But if I say that shading is too dark, listen, you know what I mean? You can decipher, and we'll talk to Penny about her black sideburns.
yeah. I mean, in two things. First of all, what you have to realize is about all of these queens is that if they were not already sickening in their world, they wouldn't be here. This is just the portal to
Amen.
go to the next. And I I also think you get a lot of flack because you have such a strong opinion. And I I I have to say this. I mean, out of all of the judges on RuPaul's Drag Race, and I said this to you at the reunion for season 3, I really think you understand drag more than anyone. I mean, for God's sakes, how long have you been working with Ru? I mean, you grew up in like the story that Lady Gaga tells about like being around in the New York City nightlife scene. Like, no, that's your life. That's where you
Yeah,
came from, and drag, and you also know television, and so you're
absolutely.
you're here to
And
help,
that's what the whole point is.
you know,
So when you
and
say,
you have a good perspective.
and I am a big old drag queen. I was raised by drag queens. I moved to New York City when I was 17, and this isn't about me in comparison, but this is what I know. This is all I know. So when people come for me and say, "Who are you anyway?" There's much more qualified people to be. "Duh, duh, 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 duh." I know that. I know what I do, and I know how to judge it because I've been in it my whole life. There's always going to be somebody better, or if you hate me,
Hmm.
somebody you like more. But the fact is, I'm here. And I am the biggest fan of drag queens. I want nothing but success for every one of those bitches up there. I love every one of them, even the ones who may not be my style per se or my favorite thing. I can tell you that no matter what it is, I am the biggest fan of everybody out there. So that's that. With that said, it's very
Well,
difficult for me to judge people that I respect and love so much. And it's funny because I'll have the queens tell me, I can't believe like watching you and loving you. And then, I get to get judged by you. For me, it's very difficult to be harsh to someone's face. Like I had an issue on All Stars with somebody's outfit, and it didn't make the cut in the edit, but I'll tell you all because you've logged in. It was Chanel's Crustacean Couture Final Four red outfit. And it just was all wrong. I love Chanel. And what I love most about Chanel is her costuming and how gorgeous and she can paint. Like she's a fierce, fierce, fierce queen. And she said to me on the cruise, she's like, I just
yes.
didn't feel like you liked anything that I did. And I said, absolutely not. It's the opposite. You're so grandiose and everything you do is so major. Like I'm living. But that red outfit was just wrong. And I kind of tore it up, and it didn't make it onto the show. But Santino came for me and said, well, why didn't you say that to her face? I said, because she was living. Who am I? I could not take that moment away from her. She
Right.
was living so much that I just let her be Sebastian from The Little Mermaid and she could have her way. It's just, it is. All right. So a lot of the things you guys don't see.
Yeah, it's a lot. And no, there's a lot. And I mean, you literally, each critique from each judge can take like 5 to 10 minutes, and there's 5 judges. Multiply that times X number of people standing on the stage at that moment in time. It takes a long
And
time,
you
and your feet
guys
know
have
it,
those,
honey.
your feet,
Um,
these queens are up there for 10 hours in those shoes. Uh,
That's why on All Stars we all had comfortable freaking shoes on. We were smart. We're like, oh hell no, there's gonna be no strappy
right. So
shoes
you wore
on
those
that
hideous
stage.
green grandma shoes,
Uh-uh.
right?
I sure did, and they were comfortable as hell. Thank you very much. I was like, I don't care. I was, I
No.
don't care at all, honey. And I was what last night. It was the right before the episode. The frickin' um season 4 reunion came on, and you are wearing green from
Well, do you
head
know
to
why
your
I did it?
nails. I
It's
was
called
on the floor.
irony. I was being funny. That was the
I
whole
know, I
point. I
know.
had nails, eyes, outfit.
I think it gets too much.
I love green. I love a deep emerald green, a jewel tone. It's that hideous baby vomit mustard bleh mess. You know what I mean?
Oh, and I have to
What?
tell you, I was so mad that I wore that outfit.
Which one? That blue and green one?
But oh yeah, I was so mad. I mean, girl, I went back after my season and just like completely, like really upped my game and brought in a lot more like of a very different style, And then they tell us to wear something that matches, and
And
my
it
partner was
matched.
Pandora Box, and she had that other also, and I was like, thank you for all like that was my like if you have to take a dress apart challenge dress and make it into something
You could
else
make it
because it
into
had
a
all that fabric.
bonfire. That's what you can make it into.
Girl,
All right,
girl.
let's bring on. It was.
That lime green was
Let's bring on
freaking meant for Diana
penetration,
Ross.
and then we're going to start talking to you kids because we want to hear what you guys
All
have to
right.
say and ask and all that stuff. So Penny is going to join. Oh, hi, Penny. Look at you all dragged up.
Hey, look, I brought my sideburns with me, you bitch.
But after seeing it on TV, did you see it, Penny?
We have got. No, we have got to talk about these sideburns. It was not black. It
Which,
was
are
La
you Ray
Femme
Charles?
Burgundy.
Are you Stevie Wonder?
It was La Femme Burgundy. This is what happens. So when you contour a black wig, I used the black spray, and the black spray ran, so I blended it
Oh, well,
out.
there
That
you
was
go
what
then.
happened.
So save your La Femme Burgundy story and go with what happened. The black spray fell on your face. She's making it.
Oh god.
It was, you know how when that black spray, when it runs sometimes?
That's why.
That's what it was. It was, the contour was
But
not, it
that's
wasn't black,
that.
but
When
the
you
black
looked
spray
at it,
ran.
was so shocking. Like Roxy had black on, but it was different. It wasn't like a mutton chop. You turned into Elvis like 1974.
Oh, come on. Roxy was wearing a
So am I
mask.
right now. Um,
You're wearing last night's mask.
I totally am. Oh my God, you just called me. Whatever. Yeah. So anyway, I was really upset to see you go because Penny, you are, the people's choice. You're like The Rock, only in the drag world. You were the people's choice to get on there, and you did your thing. It was unfortunate that you chose, last year's backdrop as the dress, and this is what happens. I mean, it was falling apart. Did you see it?
Are you kidding me? It was hot glued together. It was a piece of crap.
That's what I love about Penny, you guys. See, and I really,
I was lucky.
you were lucky. What?
Seriously. I was lucky it lasted that long. When you tell them how long we were up there, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm lucky I had a hip that wasn't at my
It's true.
knees.
You are up there for a long time. The hot lights, that plus hot glue equals a disaster.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, beards,
Hello,
beards.
Willem. Hello, Shangela. We're talking about you.
Oh,
I know.
now she's
That
dragging
was the first
Shangela
one that
into
I
it.
called. Carlos is asking who I thought truly deserved to win the challenge. He thought Lanesha was the best at the challenge. For me, it was really, really between Lanesha and Roxy. Now, mind you, there's a whole group. It's not just my opinion. Mine just happens to be a really loud one. So I get my point known. Um, But I will say that Lanesha was pretty friggin' amazing. I mean, she made a dress out of wallpaper. Wallpaper.
She
Unbelievable.
was
So
incredible.
it, for me, it could have gone.
She screwed my sewing machine when she was making the
So you do
foundation, but she
sew.
was
You sew,
incredible.
Penny?
She needs to give that dress back to Alexis Mateo.
Are you kidding me? I have a studio where we make costumes and wigs that go around the world called the Sweatshop. And when the sewing machine, she was sewing this buckram fabric and she
Oh my
bent the
God.
needle.
Well, she's a big sewer too, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. No, she's an amazing costume maker. Like she really is an amazing costume maker. And I thought she, like, if I was a judge, she hands
Yeah, well,
down won that
it was
challenge.
really difficult being on this side because Lanesha was fierce. Roxy was fierce. I have to tell you, Detox was fierce. Um,
Oh,
there was so much fierce.
Yeah.
Ivy
oh my
Winters was
God, I
gorgeous.
love
The
detail.
Ivy Winters, which by the way, everybody was asking where that came from. It's a little nod to Latoya, and it's an Edgar in one of her specials. She brought Edgar Winters on stage, and every time she go Edgar Winters, and that's where it comes from. Get used to it. Every time she says Ivy's name, that's what you're gonna hear. But she was fierce. That dress, I mean, out of everybody, I think she's the friggin' Karl Lagerfeld of the bunch, right?
Seamstress. Yeah, I mean, I've known Ivy for a long
Why
time.
was
And that's
Santino so
it's
bitter
like,
about that
Why was
dress?
Santino?
well, I don't think he was bitter. I don't think he was bitter. I think that the big thing was
He
that
was bitter. He's like,
no,
oh, it's not.
it didn't. There was no unconventional material in it. It was a very pretty dress, and there was nothing like, oh, I took something different and added to it. I mean, it was gorgeous, and Ivy can sew, anything
I
in the
think in
world.
the end, Penny, because a lot of people are asking about the
So
lip
I
sync,
don't.
and I want to say that if you knew the words, maybe the outcome would have been different. What do you think?
I think you are lying to all of us. Seriously, an old lady in an evening gown doing party in
Well,
the
I don't
USA,
know.
Mary, come
Looking at
on.
Pinocchio getting high on the hill was a lonely goatherd. I think I'd rather have. I would have rather. I would have rather you
Come
stayed.
on. She was she was the party in the USA.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean,
Well,
Ish.
I would obviously, I mean, I would have
Ish.
rather stayed too.
well, I know because if you compare if you compare your outfit with her outfit, like even though they both had things that had to be fixed to make them better, your outfit was much better than hers. And I think it came down in that moment. You guys, when it comes down to the lip sync, it's like you start it just the lip sync didn't work.
No. But the
Well, I mean, we
Rock
obviously saw the lip
says
sync.
you should have done the splits and you would have won. Because Penny would have been naked if Penny did the splits.
Yeah. If I had done the splits, I would have ripped in half. Are you
I thought it
kidding
was
me?
awesome. Look, I happen to love that song. People are hating on it in the chat. I love Party in the USA. I think is it Thelma Houston, Don't Leave Me This Way? No. But it's a cute little number. Willem had to friggin'
Well,
do Mi Vida Loca. Come on.
I think it's, yeah.
I think it's a good song. I think the problem is
Honestly,
I love
I
Miley
think
that's
though.
behind it.
I'm a
It's
Miley
like kind of like it feels pencil.
there's no, that's,
It feels thin to me. The song
well,
feels
I'm not a huge
How
Miley
could you
fan,
not
but
be? Anybody that's playing.
it's schlock. It's
It's a
fun. It's
pop song.
whatever.
And the thing is, you guys find out about the song you're gonna lip sync and you have to do it. It's not like you have a choice. And that's part of the gig, you know what I mean? But there was a lot of
Yeah.
twirling and
Well, it's just like everything else on the show. How often
oh my
would you turn
God,
the pool?
let's talk about that challenge and Serena Cha-Cha's frog legs and the way they took the picture.
oh my god.
That was life. It was
It was
amazing.
so
I
awful.
don't know. And
it was like watching witches trying to survive the
Totally.
Salem witch
And a lot
trials.
of people are asking here why we didn't call Alaska out on not doing it. I'll tell you why. I had no idea. They don't tell me. Just to let you all know, I know nothing that goes on backstage. I only know the main stage, so I'm watching the show literally with you. I don't know anything that happens in Untucked, backstage, mini challenges. If I had known that Alaska did not complete that challenge, trust me, I would have read. That's not okay. I understand that Jinx is no swimmer. Jinx almost friggin' drowned, but she did it.
Well, Jinx is lucky she didn't fall asleep in the
True,
pool.
but that's, you know, that's
I have to tell you, look, I'm covered in padding and I'm wearing a corset that takes my waist down 12 inches. And they're like, take a deep breath. And I'm thinking, how? How am I taking a deep breath? Pads float, bitch. I
no, it's
can't get any
difficult.
further
It's
down in
really
this
difficult. I
water.
just wish, I love Alaska, and I wish she would have just pushed on and pushed forward for that challenge.
And I don't
Oh, well,
and
everyone loves
I don't
Alaska.
I don't
She's
know what
great.
happened with that because I know Alaska and I've seen Alaska get like peed on stage while lip syncing Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You." So I'm trying to figure out like she's into that kind of
Yeah,
water
no,
sports, but not
I
getting in
just
the
thought it
tub of
was,
water. I'm just
I just felt like
confused.
Alaska
She's
doesn't
just
usually give up. Like Alaska, like looks stuff in the face and does it. And somebody just
no, it's
asked and
weird.
scrolled up really quickly if she has a lot to live up to, um, being Sharon's partner. Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. She's walking into this as somebody who's auditioned every season and didn't get on when her partner not only got on but won. And the following season now she's on. Are you kidding me? She's probably got the most to live up to personally, not to us, but for herself. She's probably putting so much pressure on herself, which is gonna
Yeah,
f up your mind. It's gonna totally screw with your head. So
Of course.
I just
Of
it's
course.
tough. Absolutely. I think it was the biggest. I think she has
and
a lot to
it's
live up to for sure.
Yeah. The easiest thing is to go on the show and have nothing
absolutely.
to lose. It's when you have more at
I think
stake
this
that
is the
the show
first
becomes harder.
time that.
Oh, but come on, who goes
Well,
on the
that's
show
true.
and
I
has
think
nothing to
everybody.
lose?
No, everybody has something.
I think there's a lot of queens. No, I think there's a well, of course, everybody's something this, but I'm saying that there's a lot of queens who I think have been on the show or are on the show, whatever, who just like, okay, great, this would be amazing, but there's less at stake for them personally for whatever reason. You know what I mean? It becomes easier to do because with any reality show, there's certainly a psychological aspect to it. I mean, it's designed to incite trauma and incite, stress and incite all the things that make it entertaining, and when you have one less of those factors that makes it less stressful, it's
True, but
easier
I
to
think
focus
that
on
Alaska has
I don't know.
absolutely,
Everybody
but
comes with
Alaska's
their own
put the
bag of
most
shit.
pressure
I
on
don't know.
herself, I think, more than anybody out there. And you got to think of her situation. So, and somebody just asked me about Alyssa and Coco's fighting. I knew nothing about this either. I mean, this is all craziness. So watching this unfold, I was like, oh, gasp. I had no idea about these two. So it's like full on Alexis and Crystal, like unfolding before our eyes. And I don't know what happens. I don't know how ugly it gets.
so
I don't know if
exciting.
there's a makeup, but it's kind of heartbreaking because you want these girls to stick together. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want them to stick together.
Oh no, I don't want to see the makeup. I want to see this go all the way to the
And I think we
last
will. I have to
I
tell
just
you,
want
I
love,
think we will,
love, love,
without a
love.
doubt.
But whatever. I guess I'm not going to get it.
everybody everybody say everybody say
And
love. Now
and
go
Larry
upstairs
just
and
said,
find
don't
it.
I get to see the entire show and
Yeah.
Untucked before it airs? No, I'm watching it live with you. I absolutely don't get to see anything. But I have to tell you, I like it that way.
Do you I was gonna say, do you like being being separated
I
from the
do.
entire process?
Santino does not. Like Santino likes to see things before, like if you guys have a mini challenge, let's say it's a magazine cover, he wants to see the shoots. I don't like to because I like Santino likes to write stuff down. I don't. Right away, I just want off the top of my head, whatever comes to me, because I think that makes funnier TV to just go from the gut. You know what I mean? So I don't see anything beforehand. I watch it live on the TV just like you do. So It's pretty unbelievable. Watching it with you guys is the best experience.
I was just thrilled that I didn't look. I truly was thrilled that like the whole camera adds 10 pounds didn't happen to me. I thought I was gonna look as big as a house, and I don't look anywhere
Why
near
did
as
you
big
think you
as I
were
thought I
gonna
was gonna
look
look.
big?
You looked great.
Well, I weigh
So, like,
300 pounds, so I thought, oh
you
my
also
God, I'm
look
gonna look huge on television. But I don't, so I was right, I know, but still, I was
I
worried.
thought you looked great, except for the black shading.
No, and oh, I definitely, you definitely looked great, and so I don't think.
Oh, gorgeous! This is
Oh no, I'm great. I
good. I'm
I was
glad,
worried about it, but I
and
was
your
happy
fans are
about it.
happy too. They love you, and they want you to come back. And you know, I am gonna say this, and
I know. I
don't get
keep watching, keep
offended,
watching.
but because of the black shading and the purple dress, you'll appreciate this, Penny. If you all Google in a different window and look up Doris the bartender from Shrek, that's what we were getting with the updo and the eyebrows and the purple dress and the black shading down. You would have had a role in the live version, and that's not shade. That's
But but what's wrong with that? Like that's the thing is like, what's wrong with that? Does everybody
absolutely
have to
not.
be a
It's the
hot little
opposite of
girl on
wrong.
this
It was giving
show?
me life. Are you kidding me? Hi, Chris. How are
Hi.
you?
Well,
Hey,
good.
Penny.
Hi,
I'm good,
Chris.
Penny. It's been forever since I've
Hi,
seen
honey. I love
you.
you.
I love you too. So
I
I had a
can't believe we're
question
on
for
this thing
you.
together. How crazy.
I know, and I moved to Oregon. Yay! Uh, but anyways, I had a question for you, Penny. If you could do anything differently, would you?
You know what? I would have had more opportunity to look in a mirror and see that my hip was, because if you look at the runway and then versus the critique, my hip had obviously slipped. I would have fixed that, given the opportunity to look in a mirror at some point while we were waiting, and I would have learned the words
That's
better.
Oh,
I hate
yeah.
that
Well,
song, so I don't
you
really
know,
want to ever learn those words, but I'm good otherwise.
right. Oh, I
oh,
miss
you know
you.
what? You will get your fill of Penny. Penny will be all over the place now that she's on the show.
Oh,
Hi,
Hi,
baby. I
Michelle.
absolutely got a chance to
And
work with
Mimi.
Penny
I'm
in
sorry.
Ohio, and Penny is one hell of a drag queen who I adore as a person. And
we had a great time, a really great
cannot wait
time
to
in
come back. And I hope
Ohio.
you
We
wear your
really did.
dashiki when I come back.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead,
Yes.
memes.
Let me ask you a quick question. With the lip syncing, did you just not learn the words, or what happened?
There were a couple things. One, I am not throwing anybody under the bus because I told them this directly. There were 4 other people who didn't even complete the challenge in the ways that was delivered to us. So I wasn't worried about it. I didn't think I was the best. I saw the flaws way before anyone else did in what I was doing. But there were people who didn't even complete the challenge who should have been on the bottom. So whether I was the best or worst is irrelevant. There were people who
Okay,
didn't
well, there you
complete the
have it.
challenge.
We've got, okay, you went away. Somebody's joining us. Yes, we're getting to your questions, you guys, and you're going so fast here. I can't. Bobby said it was moo realness, but really it was like Africana dashiki. Lucky's here. Lucky Cedar Lane. Is that your drag name, Lucky?
The African.
Yeah, that is
Hi,
my
honey.
drag name. My real name is
What are you
David.
drinking, David?
And David's already.
Hi, how are you guys? I love this show. I love all the queens. I'm very excited to get the chance to say hi to Michelle Visage, my favorite. Um, anyway, how long does the runway process actually take? I know y'all said it was hours, but like from start to finish, how long is that day?
I'm gonna say,
Ooh, are we allowed to talk about that? I
yeah,
don't
no, there's
know.
nothing wrong with that. The runway day is a very long day. That's the day the guests are there, and
Okay.
I'm gonna say, for me, from beginning, from when I get there, and the queens are there before me, and I get there at 7 a.m. That
Yeah.
goes probably 12, 13-hour day. Sound right, you guys?
Oh, Wow.
I
That's
think-
amazing.
I think it could be long. It's longer than
Ours was longer. We got there at 6.
Unbelievable.
Jeez, that is a long day, and I can't imagine being
Trussel.
trussled up for that long.
Yeah, you go until I think you end up going until.
Oh, the
probably-
trussle is not the. It's the tuck. It's the
Yeah.
tuck. It's not the trussle.
Okay, yeah, I can
I'm
imagine
sitting
that,
there
yeah.
trussled, and it's a long day, and I'm not even standing on stage. I'm sitting there, and the trussel. Oh,
And you look good, Trussell,
Aw.
Michelle. You
It
look
truly
very,
is.
very
Stop
good,
it.
Yeah.
darling.
Oh, she does
She
look
needs-
good trussle.
Bye, Lucky
Thanks
Cedar
a lot for
Lake.
taking my question.
Fabulous. I love it. Yeah, it is a very long
Bye,
just wanna
Lucky.
I just want to take this minute to.
Honestly, on the day of the
Go ahead.
Sorry. I
I'm
was gonna
sorry,
say
girls.
that-
We were all talking at the
I was
same
gonna-
time.
I was gonna say,
The day started. Our day started at 6, and went all the way until the lights went out, which I think was like midnight when the lights went out, and we were still going.
Oh, that's
and we were
right. You
still
guys
doing
got
interviews
to
and
even
things.
stay there longer than we did. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was.
But the runway does.
Yeah.
I mean, the runway part itself is long. I mean, I think the runway part itself can easily be like 6. to
Don't
8
forget,
hours.
because
at
then
least,
after you guys
you know,
go
that's a long
and
time.
deliver, like we deliberate and you untuck in the Interior Illusions Lounge, we then spend 2 hours, you know what I mean, talking, and you get just a few minutes. Hi, honey.
Yeah.
Hey, hi Penny.
There's just a delay.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Doing great. We heard that you were going to be starring in a movie. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's called Black Schlong. Just kidding.
I'm doing a short film. Can you believe this? Yeah. It's called Tration. No. I'm doing a short film in Louisville, Kentucky with the CNKY film folks. How exciting is that?
Tell us about it.
I don't know much more about it. I know that Chuck Beatty is the director, and it's a gay film, and we're filming it in Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm working with Daniel Cole down there, and it's actually really exciting that they even asked me to do it. So talk about RuPaul opening doors. She gives us her name, and she sends us out into the world to make this difference, and it's really pretty incredible.
Well, we can't
Thank
wait.
you, baby. That's what it's really all about. People say, oh, she went too fast. And yes, some of the queens go too fast. Some of the queens do not last to the end. But none of these queens hurt. All of them, because of Mama Ru, get to go out and perform and be kind of a name in something that could have gone on forever and gone unnoticed. All this amazing talent. So we are grateful that we got the talents of Tration, even though she's gone too soon.
Are there what are there
I think
70
they
of us
said
now?
there's like
Is that what the
70
count is
something.
up
But
to?
as saturated as the market is with these queens, including myself, everybody can kind of take turns getting everybody. So I feel like there's plenty to go around. And I think the cruise that we did was perfect.
Oh,
Yes.
there's
Everybody
plenty.
likes different stuff, different people. And I do want to just, what?
And we've got another one.
I do want to remind, she'll come back. I want to remind everybody that, did you see how I took my nails off? Oh, look how ugly fingers. But because I had to give them a break before we film again. But anyway, wear headphones when you join us because oh, Penny, girl. Really? Really?
It looks right now.
Anyway, wear headphones because it feeds back and it looks horrible. Larry says that he's booking the new cruise. Why doesn't Rue go on the cruise? Because Rue's too busy. I just have children that I leave home with my husband. Kids, you're staying with
There's another cruise coming up in November. How exciting is
We're gonna have
that?
a good time. So, okay. So let's talk, Penny, about your thoughts after
Yeah.
seeing the show last night, how you felt about everything, not just you, what you saw. What were the tensions when you started out in that room? Did you feel the heat between Coco and Alyssa?
I already knew about the drama between Coco and Alyssa, so when they were both there, I was like, oh, is this some made-up TV drama? I was a little annoyed by that. However, no one wants to sit around and watch us eat graham crackers and sing Kumbaya, so you have to have a little built-in drama. And otherwise, we had all kind of, not everybody, but there's so many of us who already know each other that it was kind of amazing to all be in the same room, and it was actually kind of like, when you talk about the sisterhood, it felt like a bunch of people coming back who went to school together, and like almost like a high school reunion.
I know but I like when you all like, I hate to say the kumbaya thing, but I want to see the sisters get along. So hopefully there's going to be a positive ending to that mess, because it's fun to watch people argue it out, but then it's more fun to watch them hug it out and get over the differences and bond together, because we are a community, and in that community is unity. So let's make that happen.
Yeah. I think that Rue totally may have fixed a relationship that may have never been fixed before. And I don't know, I don't know if they repair their relationship, but this is an opportunity for them where I think they actually would never have taken this on their own. I think this is a place where they're going to get together and they're eventually going to fix it after they fight it out. We got to fight it out sometimes. So it's okay. Fight it out and then make it up
in
at the
any
end.
relationship, married, gay,
Right.
straight, boy, girl, girl, you got to get through the rough stuff. It makes you even stronger. So I'm praying. I honestly have no idea what's going to happen at all. I'm watching with you guys, like I said earlier. So I'm hoping that something good comes out of it.
And they're not, and I feel like they're not just attacking each other to just be mean. There's some personal stuff behind it, and
Drag queen drama.
so it has some. It's rooted in something that's been bubbling and boiling
Now,
for a while. And
Penny, was Serena as annoying in the workroom as she came across?
Oh, no, she was more annoying than that.
I was watching and I was like, oh,
It was unbelievable. Like, she came in as this, honestly, she came in like this pretty little girl, in her little quinceañera dress, and then the next thing you know, she was like an ass, a butthole, like really bad.
I was watching it and I was like, really? But I mean, she is young. She may be the youngest in this cast. That's not an excuse, because I didn't do that stuff. Okay, maybe I did when I was 21 or 23, whatever she is. But
Oh, we all did it. We all did it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm far from perfect. But that was like, really, girl, did you need to? If you need the camera time, do something else. Like, you have to do like, look at me, like, you know what I mean?
Like
Yeah,
somebody else.
Mary Angela said, girl, the early 20s are such bitch years. And that's true. Those are the years that we're all going, look at me, I'm a star. And I understand that you have to grab the camera when you can, because, it's limited. It's limited time. So you don't know how long that time is going to be, and you got to go for it so somebody has something to talk about, I guess. But I was wondering for you guys, because I know, Penny, you have patience and you're funny, but I know that things can annoy you too, so it must have been like, right?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, like, she's a child, so I always looked at it like, oh, she's a child and she's being annoying, because, I mean, there's some funny editing in there where if she'd actually said those words to me in that context, I would have snapped her neck, but whatever. I mean, it was annoying, but it wasn't more than annoying. It was just annoying.
Yeah, and somebody said very kindly that it looks like I've lost more weight and I'm working on it. Mimi's been a big inspiration for me. I look like a fat hog on the show. I'm not going to have an excuse. I had things going on in my life and I turned to food, not unlike a lot of other people out there who understand comfort eating. And, the dealings are, I have to deal with looking like a cow this season. So what I do is I push these up high and I make this really even bigger. So I try to work the Mae West angle of it and hope that works. But thank you for the support. It's been an interesting journey. And Mimi's been a big inspiration for me. Seeing her, I was very proud of her. So yeah, it's a journey, and we're all.
I agree. Mimi is a really big inspiration.
Shut up, Betty. Bitch. Chris Parker
I'm just
said
a
that he was just
person.
reliving season 4 last night and would have loved to have seen Penny in the ring, in the WTF ring. That would have been so good. Imagine Penny against Latrice or on the same team.
Oh my god.
Godzilla and Mothra in the same ring.
Tell me, Penny. I don't know the answer to this, but Fabian says, what happens if one of the contestants actually gets physical? Like, was there any of that going on in the workroom for either one of you when you were in there? Well, Mimi, please, you were picking bitches up, but I mean, like, otherwise.
No, I don't, I think that, a lot of us have, we're all very friendly because we kind of all knew each other, with the exception of a few of the girls. Obviously, no one knew who Serena was, but I can't imagine someone becoming physically aggressive with me. I think that would have probably crossed a line that I would not tolerate very quickly.
Nobody's going to get physical with you, but I was just wondering, what if? I guess they'd break it up. Somebody'd have to break it up. I know queens would not. There's certain ones that would not have it and be like, don't, like if the princess was in there, she'd be like,
Yeah.
and do something.
Yeah, right. No, you teach people, you truly tell people how they're going to treat you. You teach them how they're going to treat you. And if you allow someone to physically and aggressively assault you, then you allow that behavior. And I mean, there are certainly instances where that's not true, but in this particular circumstance, if someone were to get violent and you let it go, you've told them that it's okay to beat you up.
Yeah, but obviously we don't support that, and we wouldn't let that happen. So, hey, this is a good question. It just scrolled up really fast. Somebody wanted to know who you were going to be in the snatch game, Penny.
Oh my God! Oh, I was so mad I didn't get to do it. I was gonna do I've just blanked on her name. Butter. Paula Dean.
Oh, Butter. Oh my God,
Oh,
Penny, that would have been so good. Do it now. Do a little bit.
I know, and I have this whole. But
Do it.
I don't. Oh no, it's the laugh. You gotta have the laugh, and I need the butter. I need my butter thing. I was gonna like lick the butter all the time and give everybody butter, and there was this whole thing I was gonna do. And you know how she laughs? She goes ha ha like this, and I love you, sweetie. I love you, sweetie. She's always telling everybody she loves them, and I was just gonna do a lot of that, but it was gonna be fun.
Oh, that would have been fun. It would have been better than what you just did, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope so.
I'm just
That sounds
teasing.
fun every time.
What?
Michelle, who would you do?
That's really tough. I think we tend to go for people that we think we look like. So in my mind, I would want to do Madonna, or Lisa Marie Presley. But the thing is, when you think, I would probably go for Marlene Dietrich or somebody older that had a personality. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people tend to go with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's gonna get? That's the tough part.
It is tough. It is really tough, and so you have to pick.
But it has to be recognizable. Yeah, and there have to be things about them that people can grab onto, that they're going to recognize. You can look like somebody, but if they don't have, like the Lady Gaga thing, like there's nothing about Lady Gaga that is, funny or representative other than her look. It's all visual.
Yes. Somebody just said, Brandon said I should be Sharon Needles. That would be funny. That'd be really funny. That'd be really funny.
That would be good. That would totally be
It's
good.
difficult. Mateus wants to know, Mimi, who you would have chosen for Snatch Game to be on season of All Stars or Gaffin or whatever you guys did.
I was almost gonna do Liza, just to be completely delusional, but I had later decided I was either gonna do Honey Boo Boo or Big Ange.
Big
Because I'm
Ange.
obsessed with her voice.
What are you
That
doing?
freaking, I want a puppy.
I love Big Ange. Big Ange looks
like
You got to say the F word every 3 seconds.
She reminds me of Janice from the Muppets.
What word? Let me tell you something. She lives 5 minutes from my house. I've been to her house, and she is crazy.
Totally. She's like
She lives that
she's
life.
like the
It's
girls that I grew up with. She's unbelievable. But those are the characters
But good for her. Live that life.
Those are the characters you want, and just for queens that are listening, that are auditioning for the race, those are the characters you want to choose and perfect when you get on, like the Carol Channings and things like that, because those are the ones that stand out. When you pick people that don't have personalities, and no disrespect, I'm a huge Gaga fan, but she's not, no, it's not a personality thing with her. She's about the image, and and even Beyonce, because they're just regular chicks.
No, you have to be
Right,
able to
I
close
agree.
your eyes and pick 5 things about them that are funny about them that you can then exaggerate and do those 5 things. Nothing about their look is going to win you the Snatch Game unless you're
But
Chad
not only
Michaels.
that, not only that,
And-
I mean, Chad is way more than a look. Somebody said that I would do a good Cher. I would not even mess with Cher after Chad. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You cannot.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't.
After
No,
Chad
but
like brought it home, and that was pretty amazing. That whole, yeah. So how could you?
Oh my
yeah, it
God,
was impeccable.
Jonah Herrera just
I-
said that Roxy as Khloe Kardashian would be amazing. Did you see someone who posted the picture of me at the LA premiere and Google thought that I was Kim Kardashian when it did its auto recognition?
No way.
That's so funny.
It totally did.
Right now,
I'll
you're
tweet
giving
the
me Kelly
picture. I will
Clarkson,
tweet the
though.
picture.
Well, Chloe is the drag queen Kardashian.
Right now, you look like Kelly Clarkson.
She's the drag queen Kardashian. She's my favorite.
No, I
Kardashian.
agree.
She's the only Kardashian. All right, let's bring somebody on to talk to us. We've got Boy Bam Bam. That name works for me.
Oh,
I like that.
you guys should know that Boy Bam Bam is my best friend.
You
If he comes up here, this is my best friend. Hi.
He's not up there.
Well, a couple.
Hi. Is this are you there? Can we hear you?
Can't hear him.
Yeah,
We're
story of
having
my
testicular
life.
difficulties.
I'm a private transvestigator. Let me get to
Maybe
the
you
bottom.
are. I'm good.
Okay, let's get
Somebody said you should do Crystal Connors from
yes,
Showgirls,
darling.
by the way.
that is a good one. I can rock a black
Yes.
yeah, I can rock
You
a
are
black
a whore,
cowboy hat
darling.
like nobody's business. Her body in that movie was Gina Gershon's body was
Mhm.
like everything.
Oh,
Miss
God.
Shelley.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Hi, Miss Shelley.
Hi, Michelle. Oh my God. First of all, I want to say I love your big hair, but girl, you look just as
Aw,
beautiful
thank
with your
you.
hair
Yeah, I
pulled
don't
back.
do hair at all. So
And
this is
Penny,
it. That's it. It's
this
cute.
is it for my hair. I shave it. This is it. Now, see, I don't do big hair, but I do big headphones.
I
Oh
love
my God,
it.
me too.
Penny, I just wanted to say I love you so much. You are a home state girl, so I have to say I am so proud of you for getting on.
Well, thank you.
I am so proud of you. And, you know, you weren't only just a fan favorite, you're one of my
Aw.
favorites, and you always will be.
Oh, stop.
But I have
That's
to
very
wonder,
nice.
if you had the chance to go back and change anything, what would you have changed?
Oh, gosh, for me personally, what would I have changed? I think there's only one thing. I mean, an opportunity to look in a mirror and fix my hip pad, obviously, and spend some more time learning the words if I knew in advance that I was going to be lip syncing.
Don't ever take for granted. You never know. Even if you see people
How
you know, that you don't think are good or you think are way worse than you, you never know what these crazy ass judges, they're so crazy. You don't know what they're thinking.
Those judges are crazy.
Especially that one with the big tits. She's a mess.
How long do you guys actually
Yeah.
get to prepare for the lip sync?
It's not an easy question to answer.
They don't get too long, but they get long enough.
How I want to
Bye,
thank you for giving me
Michelle.
the
Have a
time to
good
talk to
one.
you.
Thanks, Michelle. Thank you so much.
And I think we have Michael coming up once we get Michelle off. But yeah, it's not even about the focus of how long. You guys get long enough. It's not as long as you'd like, but it's long enough to learn it. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Hey, Michael, how's it going, baby?
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Penny. Hi, Mimi. You'll have to excuse my hair. I'm having some Don King issues. Damn it! I just got out of bed like I don't know about 2 hours ago, maybe.
Me too. Me too,
I
Michael.
swear, if I slick my hair back like this and point it up like this, I look like the mayor of Whoville. Of course, I don't have the body like Mayor Whoville, but still. Oh, Penny, I love your look going on for you right now. It's very divine. May she rest in peace. Those eyebrows
Thank
are
you.
killing me, girl. Michelle, you look awesome. I
Aw,
loved you in Rue Done It,
thank you.
and you were just there's something about it that's
Thank-
really, really hot. Mimi on first. Hello, girl. I gotta say, I love your weight loss. You are an inspiration. Now, my question to you is, Mimi, when you did All Stars, I swear to God, it seemed like everybody got the feeling like, okay, what is this bitch doing here? It's like nobody wanted you there. And don't get me wrong, I do love all the girls, but I swear I wanted to slap some of them. Uh, did it seem like when you were being paired up, even though I swear, I was going with Latrice when I saw that box. Like, if Shangela jumps out of it, I'm like, oh, hell no. I thought they were going to bring out a box in season 5. I'm like, girl, can we not give Shangela? She had her chance. So,
No more
again,
boxes. No more
did it seem
boxes.
like- yeah, no more boxes unless it's named Pandora.
I
Even
don't know.
then,
I have a lovely box.
I love Pandora, but still. So, Mimi, my question is,
What's your question, Michael?
oh God. My question to Mimi is, did it seem like no matter who you were going to be paired with, did it seem like they thought, oh hell, I'm going to be screwed, or let's just turn this out. Let's just work together and turn this out.
I don't know how other people would have responded to being my partner. I mean, everybody's different, and everybody's gonna have a different reaction to it. I think regardless of, there were definitely people I did not want to be paired up with, but regardless of who I got paired up with, you got to make it work. The people were upset. I was there. Yes, I was only on my season for 3 episodes, but obviously I'm doing something right if I'm being asked to come back with you who were there much longer than me. I may not have been the person who was the most popular or the person who succeeded the most on the show, but they're still talking about me. I mean, you watch the previews for Untucked for next weekend, and somebody's impersonating me. So I'm doing something right. So it's fine. It's just like you take the good with the bad, and it's all part of the game. And if
That's
you're not
true.
willing to make
That's
it,
true.
it's that RuPaul says you better work and you better make it work. It's like if I'm not your first, if you're only doing it to your own detriment to have that attitude because
Yeah, that's true.
you're,
Very
if you
true,
don't wanna
Mimi.
be paired
Very
up with
true.
me, if you don't want to be paired up with me and you're picking on me and you're knocking it down, we're paired up together. So you're just knocking yourself
I
down.
think she realized
So
that after the fact. And
after the fact,
sometimes
yeah.
when
Oh
you're in
yeah.
it, you just can't
No,
get
people
past
are
it. And unfortunately, that ended up hurting you too.
But she was
Yeah.
in it. Let me tell you something. She was throwing up in the workroom. She was so upset.
Oh my
But
God, did she pull a Willem? Oh, great, she
oh,
pulled a
she
woman
was
like,
throwing up in
"Wah!"
the workroom, and she was sick
Oh
to her
God.
stomach about it.
Oh,
So it was really
poor
tough on her
Pandora.
and hard on her. But she beat herself up over it, and I don't think she needed to. So, but she's come around, and we're good. So
All right. Well, thank
That's
you,
cool.
Michael.
That's cool.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Michael.
Yeah, I mean, that's a difficult situation when you get love to shriek. When you get paired with somebody, and you might not like it, but we've all been there. I remember having to square dance with Richard, the stinky boy that never took a bath in school. And I had to square dance with him, and you just got to get over it and do-si-do.
I work with Mystique Summers every day. Hello.
But you know what? Here's the thing. That's awful. It is awful. Michelle is done.
You are
Michelle's so done
evil.
right now. That was a read. That was a read. And let me tell you something. After going on the cruise with Michelle Visage, let me tell you, bitch, you can read. And that was a
I
read.
don't read. I just speak the truth, Mimi. And you know it.
No, girl.
Oh,
You
you
were
a truth
reading on
teller.
that
You
cruise.
are
And
a
let me
truth
tell you
teller.
something. You were reading, hon.
I only read people
Um,
that I love.
you know what? You know what though? Here, I don't know about that.
What?
We'll talk about it. But nothing. But here's, we'll talk about it. But I have to tell you, it's like the whole show, everything about the show. It's like getting put from being thrown into a tank of water to being paired up with somebody for All Stars or whatever it is. People are like, what does this have to do with being a drag queen? And I have to tell you, everything that they make us do is a preparation and a metaphor, if not an actual challenge, of being in show business. Sometimes you have to work with people you don't like and be creative and put out a good product. Sometimes if you're on your way up and you're working your ass off to build your name, somebody might ask you to do some sort of crazy photo shoot you don't want to do. But you're not going to turn it down because it's a gig and it's $1 and it's going to open the door for the next thing. So it's all about just be willing. It's like old theater improv rules. You have to be willing to say yes, yes, and the more you say yes and, the more you will go, and you got to apply that to everything in your life. The minute you say no, you shut down
Absolutely, and you
your
have
own
to be a
future.
team player, because if you don't look like a team player, that's
I have no idea what Mimi just said.
no, I do, but that's it starts if you're not a team
No one
player,
ever
people
does,
start going,
Penny.
well, what is he, too good? Is she above us? So I understand what you're saying. Just say yes, Mimi, you're right.
Yeah.
I understand the whole.
Oh my God, Joey.
Just say yes.
Joey Starr just said Mimi comes from a place of yes. Just like Bethany Frankel on The Real Housewives of New York. You come from a place of yes, Mimi. We believe you.
I am the girl who just can't say no.
I can say no, so I'll say. I'll say.
I can't. If we're near a buffet, I'm not saying no.
Golden Corral, and he's in. I love it. That's fantastic.
Yes, yes.
Honey, tell your fans what you've got coming up, where they can catch you.
Well, everything is on my website, MissPennyTration.com, but we're going to be at K-State University for their annual drag show on the 8th and 9th. I'll be in North Carolina with the kids doing a similar college show in March. They can always see me at the Cabaret every weekend. I'm doing Columbus Pride in Ohio, Louisville Pride with Daniel Cole, obviously Cincinnati Pride, and where else do we have? I mean, the tour, again, what RuPaul does is gives us this name and says, go forth. I've been working a long time and I can keep up with my calendar. This has been amazing how much you get to do different things in different places that you never would have had an opportunity to do before.
Well, you deserve all that's coming to you, because you're an incredible person inside and out. Would love to have seen you stay longer, but this is the way the cookie crumbles. And I know that this is not the last of Penny.
It's not the end by any means, but you know what I have to say? No disrespect to anyone who did, but no one remembers who went home fourth. They remember who went home first, and they remember who won.
Correct. And this is the beginning of the rest of your life.
Oh my God, is that a RuPaul song?
I should tell him to write one. Yeah, no, I think you're really fantastic, and everybody will be looking forward to seeing you. And of course, if you're in Philly tomorrow night, catch Mimi and me at Club Voyeur doing our thing, acting a fool, singing, dancing, throwing people over people's shoulders.
Awesome.
Are you gonna sing some?
If you'll
are you
sing
gonna
with
sing
me,
some
if you'll be my
Seduction?
April, because I don't want to be with her, so you be it with me.
Yes, I will.
Don't do it.
Remember, I speak.
She will Beyonce your ass in a minute, Mimi.
I love it. But you guys, we're in for a whole season here of Elimination Lunch, and I'm really excited to be here. And I'm also very excited that Mimi has agreed to join me and help us through this thing and give the Queen's perspective. And Penny, thank you so much for joining us today, and everybody else for joining us. So next week we shall be back here with the next eliminated Queen, and you guys. We couldn't do it without you guys. We try to get to all your questions. Sometimes these queens talk a lot, and we can't always get to your questions. But we're, I'm only kidding, Doris. Stop it. So we love you guys, and we couldn't do this ride without you. Ruth says it all the time, but it's so true, because this would be nothing without you, who have the love and the passion for what it is they do. And thank you so much for that. So we love you, kids, and we'll see you out there in the Twitterverse next week for the Elimination Lunch. And of course, RuPaul's Drag Race, Monday nights, 9 p.m., Logo TV. Mwah! Be safe.
Thanks, you guys. Michelle, I'm tweeting you as soon as I get
I
off
can't
of here.
wait, Doris. Love you. Mwah.